working out myself working from the top to the bottom. One of the things that I like about this vacuum here is that it's got a really nice ergonomic handle, and it's also enclosed so that when you move back and forth, you know, I've seen it where sometimes people on a vacuum like the sensor will go ahead and you know, their hands will slip out and drop the vacuum down. Well, this kind of makes it a little more ergonomic, a little nice and easy. Another thing that I like about this is that it has an adjustable handle. So, you know, for different statures, or if you have someone that's a little shorter in stature, this makes it nice and easy for them. Or you just release this so it doesn't look as messy. Makes it nice and easy for them to operate the vacuum. One other thing about this is that the cord is not connected to the handle, like on the competitor vacuum that we mentioned. On theirs, you know, this handle over time, all that back and forth, the connection tends to loosen up a little bit, sometimes because of all the dropping that I mentioned earlier, because it's not an enclosed handle. This part here will crack, and you'll see people zip tie it to kind of keep the handle locked in place. Eventually they wind up having to replace the cord or replace the handle, which can be very costly. Typically, you know, 70, 80, 90 bucks just for a handle replacement, which is, you know, which adds up. So this is a nice feature here. The cord has a built-in strain relief, and it's not connected to the handle. This vacuum here also has onboard tools. So you have a nice wand that you can utilize that also can be extended, and you can attach your crevice tool to. So that way you can go ahead and do your, you know, your edging. You can also do your high dusting with the vacuum. So I'm gonna put that right back down there. Connect this right here to keep things neat. On the back of the vacuum here, you have your on-off button, and you also have your bag full or airflow restriction indicator. So anytime there's a clog on the vacuum, anytime that you know, your bag is full, you're going to see that light, that red light light up, which is an indication that, hey, we need to check the vacuum. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up this back area here, and we'll check our bag to see whether our bag is full. Now, while I have this open, you'll notice that there's a nice seal all the way throughout this vacuum, or throughout this enclosure here. So that way the suction and the dust, everything stays contained within the vacuum here. You also have a slot here for an extra bag, which is a nice feature. So when that bag is full, you know, you can dump it, and you don't have to go back downstairs or somewhere else to get an extra bag. You have your extra bag right here with your vacuum. Now, when I ordered this one in, we were not offering HEPA standard filtration, but at this point, anytime that you order this vacuum, it's coming with HEPA filtration standard. So everything also very easy to be accessible. If you want to replace your bag, there's a little switch here to basically take out the bag. If I want to take out my pre-vac motor filter, slides right out, slides right back in here. And if I want to go ahead and replace my exhaust filter, just open this up right there, and I can go ahead and replace my exhaust filter. Now, one of the nice things that Pacific does, which I've yet to see another manufacturer do, is that when you order replacement bags for the vacuum, it actually comes as a kit. So, you know, sometimes you order bags with another manufacturer, it's a 10-pack of bags. Well, here, to make sure that we're maintaining that high level of filtration, that high efficiency, you're going to get 8 bags. You're going to get an exhaust filter, and you're going to get a pre-vac motor filter. That's your bag change, or your replacement backpack on this vacuum. Any questions so far?
Where's the HEPA filter?
Right there in the back. So the pre-vac motor filter. So what I have here is what initially came with, but any new vacuum, this is actually going to be it's going to be HEPA. So this is going to slide right back in there. And as I continue, you know, working my way down with the vacuum, it's got a nice little area here where that swivels, so you can easily wrap your cord around the vacuum and keep everything nice and neat. On the bottom there, you have a brush height adjustment, so you can adjust the brush height. and you have a nice heavy-duty foot pedal. So on the, on our competitor, that foot pedal comes off pretty easily. People lose it, and then they've got a vacuum that people are jamming or trying to force to kind of open up, which again causes a lot of problems. So I'm going to go ahead and before I flip it over, on the base you have two lights. You have a green light and you have a red light. So whenever there's a jam on the brush, that red light's going to come on. But if you run over something like a towel or something like that, you don't have to worry about causing damage to the vacuum. It's actually going to go ahead and shut itself off. The little red light's going to blink. Once you remove the towel or whatever's jammed down there, turn the vacuum on and off again, and you're ready to go. So another key feature and something that allows us to compete again with the sensor vacuum and the vacuum that this is positioned to compete against is how easy it is to do the maintenance on this vacuum and how and the differences in the quality of components. So as you'll notice on most of the equipment that we're going to show today, every time you see a little a little item in red, it's basically a touch point, a maintenance touch point. So if I want to go ahead and have access to this vacuum here, right now those little tabs, let's say they're going north and south, so I'm just going to put them east and west, which is going to allow me to remove the cover plate, the base plate on the vacuum here. And I'm not sure how good you can see this online, hopefully good, but you have a very nice, easy, or wide opening where you can remove your trapdoor very easily. So now if you ran over a paper clip and all of a sudden soil starts accumulating down there, it's very, very easy to remove or very easy to clean out. The other thing that is a very nice feature compared to the sensor is that the bearing block that they use on the vacuum to hold the brush in place snaps outwards. And what happens over time is, people will jam into a wall or something like that, and that'll pop out. I can't tell you how many times I've gone into a facility and they're using a vacuum without the bearing block, and sometimes even without the brush, because the brush loosens up and, it's like, what in the world are you doing? But it happens. I'm sure you guys have seen all sorts of things out in the field as well. So this right here is makes it real nice and easy. It goes up and down, so it doesn't come off that easily. It keeps everything here locked into place. But as you can see here, when I pop out my brush and I open this up here, this is a really nice heavy-duty sealed bearing. The one on our competitor vacuum, I don't think is even a quarter the width of this, and nowhere near as stout. So this is a nice bearing here. If you look down here, also that's pretty stout. On theirs, it's just a little metal rod, but not even half the width of my pinky. Where this here, it's very, very heavy duty. So now you have quite a bit of an area here that you can easily use, clean out the vacuum. One of the other things that our engineers did, even though this is a cog belt, right, like a timing belt on a car, it's designed to last, it has a lifetime warranty on it, and it is separated. If you look at this base plate or cover plate, it does separate this side from where the belt is. It's easily accessible. So if something was to happen and that belt was damaged, it makes it real easy to replace or repair. Let's see here. The other thing about this brush, it does have a wear indicator, but if you notice the way that it's designed, the bristles are designed so that it channels everything right into the area where the suction is drawn from. So you're going to get more effective recovery. The brush is also spinning at 5,000 RPM compared to the sensor, which is 2,600 RPM. Now, all of that combined, and in addition to having 4 casters as opposed to 3, which makes could make the vacuum wobble, this is a little more sturdy. All of that combined make this a much more effective vacuum. As a matter of fact, when you log into our website and you go into the vacuum site, and you watch the video on the vacuum, it's about a 4 or 5 minute video. We actually have a sugar test. We'll take 3 packets of sugar, put it on the carpet, and run the sensor on one side, run our Pacific vacuum on the other side. This will pick everything up in one single pass. With the sensor, you have 2, 3 passes easily, and you still don't recover everything. So it's a very, very effective vacuum. Put this back in, everything just kind of slides right back into place. I'll put this bearing right in there again. See? Okay. Sometimes you just got to give it a couple of turns, kind of make sure that it seats in there. Seats in there properly. Sorry. It's every time you're trying to do a demo.
No pressure, no pressure.
Every time you're trying to do a demo, and you're trying to rush through things and trying to, all right, let's get this in there. That's when things become difficult. And one thing that I didn't point out is on the side of where the bearing block is, there's actually 2 little casters there. So you get right alongside the edge, and don't cause any damage. So, okay.
John can probably help you.
There it is. Yep, so now, that goes in there like that, this goes right back in there like that. This right here, you'll notice it has 2 little tabs. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do that, line it up, real nice and easy. Take this cover plate, line it up like that, 1, 2, 3, and I'm ready to go. The vacuum is also very quiet, so turn it on.